Lamine Yamal steps into McDonald's, looks left, sees Pulisic, looks right, sees Jimenez. Gives a nod to Ronaldinho in the corner with a FIFA World Cup meal. Ronaldinho sees Son in the booth. Son finds Beckham going for extra Big Mac sauce. He's got Davies at the table just behind him. Davies going for his collectible cup. Oh, no! A steal by Henry, who pulls his own collectible cup. Collect one of 9 legendary cups with a FIFA World Cup meal.
At participating McDonald's for a limited time while supplies last. All rights reserved. 2026 McDonald's at FIFA World Cup 2026.
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
This is what everyone's talking about.
Everything's on the table.
This is what champions come to take. This is what everyone came to see.
And the slam!
No do-overs. No second chances. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is winner take all. The NBA Finals continue on ABC and the ESPN app.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Birds of the Roundtable. Today, we're talking our top 5 bold predictions for the 2026 Philadelphia Eagles season. We're also doing a ranking of our top 5 Eagles players in 2026 without knowing the next guy. Joining us, he is Ryan Reese at Philly Sports PSA. What's up, Ryan?
What's going on? Ready to get a little bold tonight.
Sir. Also joining us, David Neese, PHL on X. What's good, David?
Not much, man. OTAs again tomorrow, right? For 2 days this week, 9th and 10th, I think. And then it's like 6 weeks of nothingness. So enjoy the 2 days worth of coverage we have there. And then it's on to the drought until we get training camp.
Yeah, super excited. Guys, if you're watching us live, comment. We'll throw your comment live on the show and react. If you're new to the show, we've done most underrated heading into training camp, why the Eagles offense will dominate, our top 3 reasons why the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. And tonight we're talking our top 5 bold predictions. If you have any bold predictions, comment below. Let's jump right into David's number 5. Go for it, man.
My number 5. Crap, I didn't really rank them like that. They're all absurd, but let's go. All right, I'm going to go with Jalix Hunt records 11 plus sacks and becomes a household name. I think most fans and media talk about, the interior guys up there, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Moro Ajomo, and of course the new addition of Jonathan Grenard every time they discuss the line. But I'm buying stock in Hunt, man. I think another year in the complex Fangio system, plus the aforementioned addition of Jonathan Grenard, drawing attention on the opposite side, is just going to lead to a breakout season for him. I think by January, the national media will be talking about Jalix as one of the league's most elite edge rushers.
Love it. Love it. We're going to be talking heavy defense, at least on my end. Leading off for me, my number 5, Bernard doesn't just make the roster, but we see his snap count steadily increase during the regular season. I think he has a chance to be a fascinating player this year. He's coming in at defensive tackle, a position that doesn't require that much lateral fluidity, which is a little bit of a concern there. I also think we could potentially see him at fullback in limited amounts. Think of Bernard in goal line situations where you need a yard. Just give this guy the ball, watch out, watch him move piles. I'd love to see him gain 20 to 30 pounds. But we're also going to be talking about Clint Hurt a lot tonight. And man, what's his track record? Developing these guys. Kind of becoming that Jeff Stoutland of the Eagles defensive line. So I'm going Ur Bernard, shocks everyone and makes the roster. Ryan, do you have one?
Wow. Yeah. I'm going to go to the offense first. I am going new rookie wide receiver, Mekhi Lemon, gets over 1,000 yards. I truly believe him in the slot with Smitty rising up and having Wicks on at the X will open the door for the middle for him to rule the slot, and he will take full advantage of it this year.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible.
Show.
We don't really know what the target share will look like with Devontae leading the way, so it's kind of an unknown. But
I mean, it's new offense plus new players in newer roles, if you will. So there's a lot of unknowns here. So anything can happen, honestly.
All right. Number 4, David, what do you got?
I'll stay with the offense. Devontae Smith becomes the first Eagles receiver ever with 120 catches in a season. The current record's 116, I think, by Zach Ertz. And of all the 5 that I put down, this might actually be the one I'd put my money on. I mean, everything just points to a massive target share for him. He had his most targets back in 2022, and he had 136. So he hauled in 95 receptions that year, which was good for 70. If the new offense can increase his targets just by 2 a game at that same, pace he did in 2022, that'd be 172 targets. If he pulled in 70% of those again, he would surpass the 116 and get to 120. So I am bullish on Philly's new swole Batman.
That's nuts. I remember several weeks ago, my number one reason why the Eagles will improve essentially was fancy route charts. And that starts with Devontae Smith and Sean Mannion and more motion and moving him all around the formation. My number 4, you're going to like this one, Ryan. I'm going Johnny Munn gets 3 touchdowns this year.
All right.
I think he's going to get a lot of snaps. We saw Calcaterra. Sorry to beat the Calcaterra drum here, but we all know terrible blocker, 241 run blocking snaps. We saw the Eagles offense employ 12 personnel on 27% of plays last year. That was 14th most in the NFL. And Calcaterra might have been even worse in pass protection. We don't even talk about that, I think. 50.5 PFF grade in pass protection. That ranked him 78th out of 81 tight ends in the NFL. PFF, take it for what you will, but that definitely passes the eye test for me, at least. I expect the Eagles offense to be a run-heavy offense, 2-3 tight end looks all the time, lots of play action. The Eagles were 24th in play action percentage last year. That's going to be a drastic change in 2026. And I think this is one of the more fascinating areas to watch in training camp. I do think Johnny Munt's going to be a fan favorite, and the Eagles' offense is going to be run first to develop the big plays on offense. And I think Munt could be a sneaky player to watch. So Johnny Munt for me, Ryan.
Wow. I got to say, you know what was bold is having a Johnny Munt prediction at all. I mean, good God. There's about 2% of our audience that probably even knows who Johnny Munt is. So
he's basically my new BBS.
Yeah. God help us.
Yeah. What's your number 4, Ryan?
All right. I'm going to stick to the offense as well. And I'm going to go to Mr. Underappreciated, Mr. Often Criticized, Mr. Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts will throw for 35 touchdowns, crushing his record.
35 passing touchdowns.
Passing touchdowns.
Wow. What passing? Whoops, I wrote that wrong.
35. Yeah, he will definitely do that.
35 pass.
I know that, again, we truly don't know what this offense is going to look like until we actually see it. And I agree that the run game is certainly going to be a focus. But I think in the end of the day, I think the opportunities will lean more towards utilizing the passing game and all of the weapons because of the mismatches that it's going to create. And I just think Hurts is going to take full advantage of that. He's got Smitty, he's got another speedster in Brown, he's got Lemon in the slot, he's got Wicks on the outside. I mean, again, mad targets. I just think he is going to not only break his career passing touchdowns in a season, but he's going to demolish it.
All right. What about you, David? Number 3.
I mentioned them last week or the week before on the show, so I'm sticking with the tank effect here. I'm going Tanks Bigsby scores 7+ touchdowns and 700 total plus yards. Not due to a Saquon Barkley decline, but just because I think the Eagles will protect Barkley more during the regular season. I think Bigsby will become the hammer in the short yardage situations and late game situations, and I believe he'll solidify himself as one of the best RB2s in football. It's a contract year, and it might be the last time we get to see him in Eagles green.
That's a really fun one, man. Because I think if that's the case and we get a more efficient, healthy, rested Saquon Barkley for the playoffs, that is a huge, huge thing for the Birds. I hope you're right, man. I really hope. Yeah, I'm going my number 3. Moro Jomo finishes the season top 3 in sacks among defensive tackles. There's a trend here because we're going to be talking more about the defensive line. But we all saw Jomo's role explode last year, jumping to roughly 60% snap share, 6 sacks, 54 total pressures. He ranked top 6 among all interior defensive linemen league-wide in terms of pressures. And I think there's a real path for him to be the next one up. When you look at Milton Williams getting the bag, Milton Williams had 5 sacks in 2024. You look at the top 3 defensive tackles in sacks last year, Zach Allen, 11.5, Leonard Williams, 11, Dexter Lawrence, 9.5. I'm thinking at least 8+ sacks, 60+ pressures, double-digit tackles for loss. I think Moro Jomo is going to be the next one, like Nakobe Dean, that we're going to be, unfortunately, sad to see him gone in next offseason. So Moro Jomo, top 3 in sacks among defensive tackles. What about you, Ryan?
In the league or on the team?
In the league.
Wow, that is bold. All right, I am going to, I guess, switch over to the defensive side of the ball. Reek Woolen will lead the team, and I just love his fit for this defense. It is going to be really hard to see him go truly after this year, because I think he will fit so nicely with Q and having, Coop, play the nickel or base safety, whatever have you. This defensive backfield is going to be rocking and rolling, and Reek Woolen is a huge part of that. He will be a takeover machine in this defense and lead the team in takeovers.
That's a really good one. I didn't think of that, especially considering he's going to get a lot of targets, as we all know. That's a good one, man. David, number 2.
Yeah, I'm sticking with defensive backs. I agree with everything Ryan just said, except for I have Quinyon Mitchell leading the entire NFL in interceptions.
What?
A guy who's never had one during the regular season. Quarterbacks are going to have to challenge him because of everything Ryan just said about Reek Woolen. I mean, the guy is a beast. If you've seen him, so far in OTAs, just his size and athleticism is unreal. But I am calling for Quinyon to have 7 interceptions, lead the NFL, and I believe he'll be a legitimate addition to the Defensive Player of the Year discussion. I think the Eagles secondary has an opportunity to be the best in football this year.
Man, That'd be great. That'd be great. I'm going my number 2. It's not even a player, Ryan. I'm cheating.
We knew this. We knew this was happening.
My number 2, Clint Hurt becomes the defensive coordinator in 2027, not Jim Schwartz. Clint Hurt, he's been just incredible at developing talent. 2 straight Pro Bowl campaigns for Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis emerging, Moro Jomo, Milton Williams, just becoming, the next Eagles great legendary coaches, assistant coaches, whatever. But I can't wait to see what he does with Ura Bernard down the line in 2-3 years. But I'm going Clint Hurt, man. The heart and soul of this team. I think I saw something where Nick Sirianni basically calls him like second in command on this team, like high praise. So I'm hoping, Clint Hurt kind of takes the reins from Vic Fangio and runs with it. That's mine. Clint Hurt, new defensive coordinator.
Nice.
Brian?
I'm going to. Well, I'm going to steal one from you.
Me?
Yeah. One that I feel like has been building for the last couple of years, and it's always been the potential, and we see flashes, we see games, but it really hasn't all clicked in a way that I feel like as fans that we've wanted it to. And that's Jalen Carter. This year, he takes the biggest of leaps. And Jalen Carter is in the conversation for defensive MVP. He finally, has the consistency throughout. He's a monster. He gets doubled. It does not matter. He's still getting to the quarterback. He will absolutely wreak havoc, especially with the addition of Grenard, the emergence of Jordan Davis. He will absolutely fly this year.
Speaking to my heart, Ryan.
I know.
Speaking to my heart. My guy. David, what's your number 1?
My final one is that the Eagles go 14-3, return to the Super Bowl, and win it. I think many people are focusing on a certain receiver we shan't name that the Eagles has lost, but I think the bigger story is what remains and what they've added. Hurts, Barkley, Smith, Carter, Bond, Mitchell, DeJean, Reek Woolen, Mailata, Lane Johnson. I mean, there are just studs all over this roster. The only spot that you could even question really would be second safety. I mean, everything else on this roster is just loaded. And you add a relatively favorable schedule, and I just think that they're going to win the NFC East for the 3rd time. They're going to beat the Lions in the NFC Championship game. And then they're going to take out the Bills, who finally make it back to the Super Bowl, but lose like they always do. And the Eagles are going to be, what is it? What are we now? Super Bowl 61? Is that where we're at?
Yeah,
Super Bowl 61
in
on Valentine's Day, and a lot of drunk male Eagle fans are going to buy their significant female others great gifts. I think we'll be shopping all night after the Super Bowl. We'll just be enjoying the spoils of our victory by spending money.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's how I see it. And that isn't hyperbole. I really do think that they have a legit shot to do that.
All right. Eagles, another Super Bowl win. And then we'll
Every
see
other year.
We'll see Jalen Hurts and what a catch by someone on the Toronto Blue Jays. Wow. But
Like
anyway,
Ryan just said, that is the pattern. It's
Yeah.
year 2 again.
Yep.
Incompetent OC, competent OC. Win, lose, win, lose.
Oh, we just got to friggin' keep one. Nail one down.
Please. My number 1, I'm going Jahad Campbell. And I'm going to say he doubles the Kobe Dean sack total in 2026. The Kobe Dean had 4 sacks in 2025. Miss you, buddy. Kobe Dean was one of my favorite players on the Birds. But there were flashes of Jahad Campbell. There's a lot of also areas he needs to improve. His footwork, his technique, his play recognition, his ability in coverage. I think a lot of those are correctable. I think he needs to commit faster, and I think the Eagles also need to use him more, Sam, and rotate him more with Zach Vaughn and get him on the line. And I think if they do, I could easily see Jahad Campbell get 7-8 sacks in 2026 if given the opportunity. He just needs to play without hesitation. I think that's something that Nakobe Dean was so elite at. Like, Nakobe Dean wasn't a big guy, but he just bulldozed through running backs and through opponents with his low center of gravity and just
ran right by him before they knew he was there.
He was a monster. And we need Jahad Campbell to play with that same conviction. So for me, I'm going Jahad Campbell, 8 sacks in 2026.
Okay. Well, I now regret not saying my Jahad Campbell one, so I'll pause mine and I'll adjust as I do. I'm going to say that, and this isn't necessarily that bold, but Lane Johnson stays healthy the entire year, wins the Protector of the Year award, and goes out retiring as a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, that was great with the terrible ending. But yeah.
If Lane Johnson wins another Super Bowl, where does that put him all time? Eagles.
I mean, it
I'd do less, right?
I mean, it has to put him up. I mean, that would be 3. That would have to put him up.
It would put him over Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
It would put him over
everybody except for Jake and BG if they play this year too.
BG was the second one.
Yeah, but now I honestly I think we need to start having some real conversations about who he's replacing in the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, he's on Mount Rushmore at that point.
So now it's who did he just kick off?
I mean, what is their record with and without him? Something like 90 and 40.
It's not even funny.
It's like a 750% winning percentage or something. Yeah. I mean, it's outrageous.
Yeah. Yeah, he's...
And as great as Jason Kelce was, when Cam Jurgens was healthy, I mean, they won a Super Bowl with the year after he leaves.
Well, that's the thing. I think as fans, we gravitate towards the personalities more than anything. No offense to Jason Kelce, he was a great player, but his personality, who he was, adds a bit to him. Same thing with Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins was an amazing safety, but the lore of B-Doc, of Weapon X, takes him to that next level. I think with Lane Johnson, he is just who he is. He's just consistent, solid, strong anchor for potentially 3 Super Bowl teams. What more could you possibly want in an offensive lineman?
That
right tackle of all time.
That matchup between him and Myles Garrett, man, in a playoff game would be one of the greatest to watch. But anyway, that's our top 5 bold predictions. We will revisit this probably mid-season and laugh at how
horribly wrong we are.
All right. So there it is. Let's jump into our next segment. And this one is rank these 5 Eagles players in terms of making the biggest impact in 2026 without knowing the next player. David, we're going to start with you. 1 being the biggest impact, 5 being the least impact. Nolan Smith.
5.
5 being the least most impact.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think he heard you.
I was trying to throw you a curveball. I thought, okay.
Yeah, because I love him, but I know you're going to throw more than one curveball.
Jalix Hunt.
3.
All right, 5 and 3. Dontavion Wicks.
4.
Reek Woolen. You got 1 and 2.
I'll go 1.
Okay. And then Michael Carter is your number 2.
Yeah. Should have known something like that was going to happen to me.
I can't believe you went Nolan Smith number 5 that fast.
Yeah. Same.
I was shocked at that one for sure.
Well,
All
if
right,
he gets traded away, he's not going to have much of an impact, is he?
Ryan, you're up, man. Jihad Campbell.
Come on. Just knowing how you are, I do love me Jihad. I still have to say 3.
3 for Jihad Campbell. Keely Ringo.
5. Can I say 6? Can I say 6?
Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
Ooh. I can't have him higher than... Oh, man. I definitely should have went higher with Jihad. Damn it. I had to put 4.
All right, you got 1 and 2 left, man.
Damn it.
Makai Lemon.
1.
All right, so your number 2 is Eli Stowers.
No, I'm good with that. Go on. I love it. I love me a tight end. Let's go.
All right, 1 more for each of you. David, you are up. Tank Bigsby.
3.
Or Bernard.
4.
I'm surprised there's more conviction on Nolan Smith than Miles Hinton.
5.
Okay, I think 1 and 2 left.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm in big trouble.
Cameron Latu.
2.
Then Cole Wisniewski.
Yeah, you did him dirty.
Yeah, that was a terrible 5. All 5 could have been 5.
Yeah. 100% right.
All right, Ryan. Last but not least, Hollywood Brown.
4.
Can I interject right here for 1 second? Wouldn't it be fantastic if the Eagles changed Hollywood Brown's number to 11 so we could all keep our brown jerseys? Just
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
all right, proceed. Sorry.
As someone who does not buy player jerseys.
Well, I know one person does. Then it would just be Hollywood's jersey. It'd be perfect transition.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Ironically, AJ Brown was my daughter's favorite player for whatever reason. She loved AJ Brown, and
Yeah,
I don't know why.
It happens.
he was great.
All right, yeah. Hollywood Brown, number 3. Ryan?
4, I think I said.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Ty Robinson.
Damn it. 5.
5 for Ty Robinson. Markel Bell. 1, 2, or 3.
Damn. You're gonna make me do the same thing. How are you gonna make me want Hollywood Brown at like the 1 right now? 3, I guess.
So there's 1 and 2 left.
I honestly, I hope, no offense to Markel Bell, but I hope his impact is nil.
Drew Kendall.
2.
And then you're number 1, Ryan. You're the number 1 guy.
I swear to God, wait a minute. I want to see this written because I don't put it past you to pull some crap. And I know I swear.
He's got the receipts.
You said it, not me.
Listen, I appreciate you saying it. I mean, listen, unfortunately, yeah, that might be my number 1 out of that awful group.
I set you up perfectly for that.
Yeah, you really did. Yeah,
your number 1 tight end. There you go, Ryan.
Yeah, not the one, not either one that I wanted.
All right, that wraps it up. Let's wrap it up. Take it at home. David, final thoughts, plugs, time is yours.
Yeah, you can find everything I do, on my X handle and at phillysportsnetwork.com. I released a piece about Cooper University today. You can check that out. It's the transition from Stout to Chris Cooper. I believe in the philosophy. I believe in what the players have stated so far about how invigorated they are with the changes. And as much as we love Stout for 13 years, at times in any job that you have, change is necessary just to keep things fresh and to keep moving and to stay modern. And I think some of their concepts had become stale. And, the fact that they replaced one guy with 2 guys tells you everything you need to know about, the importance that Stoutland had. So, I'm excited to see the direction. I mean, you listen to all our bold predictions and especially the ones on offense. We're all bullish as can be with how big this offense, can improve this season. And, I'm just really excited to see how things go from, vertical to horizontal. Like you mentioned earlier, those routes, there's nothing funner than going to these players on Monday morning and seeing, the board pop up and it just looks like a bunch of scratches all over the thing. And instead of ours that looked like this, just little teeny hitch routes 51 times. It was, it was sad, demoralizing, predictable. And quite frankly, I'm just happy to move forward with it. So I'm really excited about the season, and we got a lot more content coming for this 6-week lull that I mentioned at the beginning of the show. So Deibs will try to mess us up on every 1 through 5 ranking for the next month.
Yep. You know it. All right. Ryan, all you.
Yeah, let's just to kind of piggyback off of what David was saying. It's funny. I think we finally saw that Stoutland was human this past season. We had lifted him up so high, and he had produced all these amazing players, and he finally didn't have a great season for whatever reason you want to call it. And then he was gone, and it just happened very fast. And I think a lot of fans, weren't ready to process that. And I think as the season kind of progresses and we start to see, the changing of the guard, so to speak, or maybe it might even happen in training camp. I think that blow will become, tolerable, and we'll see the change. And like David said, we'll see that at this point was necessary. So I definitely look forward to his tenure, just the same as I do for the new offensive coordinator. I'm very excited to kind of see what it will actually look like on the field. We could talk about, his tendencies and the tree he grew up in and this, that, and the other, but truly we won't know until we start to see it, at least in training camp. So I look forward to learning about that as well. So, but yeah, make sure that you guys are locked into the Eagles Pinball Network. Not only our amazing show, but there are plenty of other shows throughout the week to check out. So we do appreciate those who subscribe and like and follow and etc. So keep doing that. Keep showing your love. We'll get through this off season together as we always do each and every year. We'll try to make it fun for you, and maybe, just maybe, Deibs won't cheat and screw somebody over, or, whatever, maybe, but doubtful.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next Monday at 8, talking more Eagles football. Here's Ryan Reese at Philly Sports PSA, David Neese, PHL, Mr. Crockpot on X. Thanks for watching, guys. Go Birds. Stay awesome.